On YouTube there are several videos called Lies Against Islam or Lies About Islam by Muslims who think that their faith is misrepresented by non-Muslims. One topic that is popular in those kind of videos is the punishment for apostasy in Islam. The Muslims in these videos often claim that the death penalty for apostasy is not according to Islam and has no basis in the Koran and the Hadith, and that it's kind of deviation from true Islam when such a penalty exists in an Islamic country. In this video I want to show that there is evidence in the Hadith that the death penalty was already installed by Mohammed himself, and that this view is supported at least by one of the most renowned law institutions in the Islamic world. The Hadith are short sequences telling about the life of Muhammad and his sayings. They were orally transmitted for 200 years, I think, and were then collected and written down. The following two hadith are from Sahih Bukhari. Bukhari was the guy who collected them. The first is from volume 9, book 84, number 57. Some Sanadika are atheists, were brought to Ali, which was a companion of Muhammad, and he burned them. The news of this event reached Ibn Abbas, another companion of Muhammad, who said, "If I had been in his place, I would not have burned them." Looks nice, but what was his reason for saying so? As Allah's apostle forbade it, saying, "Do not punish anybody with Allah's punishment," which is fire. I would have killed them according to the statement of Allah's apostle, "Whoever changed his Islamic religion, then kill him." The second hadith, also from Sahih Bukhari, volume 9, book 84, number 58. I read just a part of it because the hadith is too long. It talks about a guy, his name is Muad, and in this story he is a direct messenger of Muhammad. And when he is on his journey he encounters some other Muslims, and now the story goes like this. There was a fettered man beside Abu Muiza. Muad asked, "Who is this man?" Abu Muiza said he was a Jew and became a Muslim, and then he reverted back to Judaism. Then Abu Muiza requested Muad to sit down, but Muad said, "I will not sit down till he has been killed. This is the judgment of Allah and his apostle for such cases," and repeated it thrice. I'm not exactly sure why he repeated it 3 times, but I think it has some kind of ritual meaning, enforcing the statement or showing that it is actual law or so, I don't know. But please notice, these hadith give not the slightest hint that those people were killed for something else than for leaving Islam. There's no hint that they were traitors, there's no hint that they waged war against Islam. They were just killed for leaving that religion. They were not killed by Muhammad himself, but they were killed according to his law, as both Ibn Abbas and Muad say. Now one may say there are other hadith or verses in the Quran that tell otherwise, or that this hadith is doubtful because it is not properly transmitted or so. Maybe. I'm not a scholar of Islam and I'm not an expert on Islamic law, so I looked for some experts and found a fatwa. A fatwa is an expertise on Islamic law by a mufti in Sunni Islam or by an ayatollah in Shia Islam. The following fatwa is from Al-Azhar, which is the Egyptian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. I'll put a link in the video description. There's also a photocopy of the Arabic original of this fatwa. The translation goes like this. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Al-Azhar, Council of Fatwa. This question was presented by Mr. Ahmed Darwish, and it concerns, name obscured, whose religion was Islam and his nationality is Egyptian. He married a German Christian, and the couple agreed that the husband would join the Christian faith and doctrine. First, what is the Islamic ruling in relation to this man? What are the punishments prescribed for this act? Are his children considered Muslim or Christian? The answer: all praise to Allah, the Lord of the universe, and salutations on the leader of the righteous, our master Mohamed, his family and all his companions. Thereafter, this man has committed apostasy. He must be given a chance to repent, and if he does not, then he must be killed according to Sharia. As far as his children are concerned, as long as they are children, they are considered Muslim. But after they reach the age of puberty, then if they remain with Islam, they are Muslim. But if they leave Islam and they do not repent, they must be killed, and Allah knows best. Now apparently there's some movement in this matter. Sheikh Ahmad Kutty, for example, who is a senior lecturer at the Islamic Institute of Toronto, says that there is no death penalty for apostasy in Islam, except in those cases that involve treason. The Egyptian Grand Mufti Ali Gomaa says that apostates should only be punished for apostasy when they are a threat to society. Now, if the statements of those people became the dominant legal opinion in Muslim states, would apostates be safe then? I don't think so. To commit treason or to be a threat to society, what does that mean? I think it's a very elastic term that could mean anything you want. How can a person be a danger to Islamic society? How can he commit treason? Obviously by weakening Islam. And how can an apostate weaken Islam? Quite easily, just by his example. And indeed, speaking out against Islam in public is considered by some scholars as being treason against Islam. Thus, the death penalty for treason is just a means to keep apostates shut up. Muslims who claim on YouTube that there is no death penalty for apostasy in Islam and call people liars who state the opposite are just deceiving. They are deceiving in two ways. There's a legal opinion in the Islamic world, and it is law in many Islamic states that put apostates on death penalty just for apostasy, not for anything more. This is the first deception. The second deception is that their alternative, the alternative of Muslims on YouTube who make these videos, is to put the apostates under permanent death threat for the rest of their lives.